most of the large taxpayers are already raising e-invoices complying with the GST rules. The e-invoicing system functions on a strong base of technology. Hence, there is a need for the billing as well as the finance teams to be adequately trained for its smooth implementation. Hi everyone, I'm Annapurna from Team ClearTax. Here is a comprehensive video giving out the important do's and don'ts that businesses must keep in mind for an efficient implementation of the e-invoicing system under GST. The e-invoicing system currently applies to businesses with an annual aggregate turnover of more than Rs 100 crore in any of the previous financial years starting from 2017-18. Sooner or later, it shall encompass smaller businesses too with an annual aggregate turnover of more than Rs 5 crore. Before I dive into this topic, please don't forget to subscribe to ClearTax YouTube channel and hit the bell icon so that you do not miss out on latest updates in taxes and finance. So let's check out the important do's and don'ts to avoid operational hassles while raising e-invoices under GST. The first in the list of do's is to create a master data repository. Create a master data of information that is regularly entered to raise B2B invoices such as tax registration details like GSTIN, supplier and recipient information such as name, address, city, country, the product, the units of measurements, etc. This will lower the chances of errors and helps in avoiding hassles of amendments or cancellations later on. On the other hand, the first in the list of don'ts is do not enable print command until unless the invoice reference number is generated for your B2B invoice. After the introduction of e-invoicing system, the ERP systems must have admin restrictions to print such invoices that do not bear the digitally signed invoice reference number and QR code as received from the invoice registration portal. This is important especially where systems automations have not been adopted for e-invoicing purpose. Next in the list of do's is to enter data accurately. The teams handling billing within the organization must be well trained for e-invoice schema. If there are any errors found, then the e-invoice cannot be edited, but it might have to be cancelled only if the time limit of 24 hours has not expired. Thereafter, a new e-invoice must be generated against a unique document number. Therefore, to avoid all these hassles, it is better that you cautiously enter the data while generating the B2B invoice. Now, if you encounter any errors while raising e-invoices, then check out the page link given in the description box below for resolutions. On the other hand, in the list of don'ts, do not have automatic system updates for your ERP. You may be wondering why, but it applies to your business only if you've chosen to integrate your ERP system directly with the government portal or through GST Suvidha provider or through ASP or GST. Now, any patch or an update required for your ERP system may or may not break the integrations of e-invoicing depending upon how it is implemented. Further, the operating teams must not enable any automatic system updates received as notifications on your ERP system. Therefore, only an authorized admin or authorized IT personnel who are having the authority must actually check the change logs and the effects of installing updates on data dictionary, data flows and integrations already in place before installing these updates. Moving on to the next in the list of do's, extend support to your vendors and dealers to join the e-invoicing system if it applies to them. Enterprises who have already started e-invoicing must shift their focus by extending support to the vendors and dealers who are yet to get on board whenever the system applies to them. This will help in creating a stable ecosystem and ensures the smooth continuity of the business without disruptions. On the other side of don'ts, do not miss reporting any additional information required for e-way bill generation for exports apart from what is required for e-invoices. The users must ensure that the mandatory information for e-way bills is also earmarked as mandatory on the ERP system at the time of generating invoices for IRN so that these entries are not missed out in the e-way bills. For instance, government has made it mandatory to report the shipping port code in case of exports for e-way bills, whereas this is not made mandatory while generating the IRN for invoices. Back to the list of do's, keep a regular check on government's NIC portal updates. From time to time, government comes up with new notifications, releases updates, and introduces new validations on the invoice registration portal or IRP. Therefore, the enterprises must have dedicated teams to keep a close watch on such updates. Thereafter, these teams, together with the software vendors, must incorporate changes on the ERP system as soon as possible to avoid any kind of disruptions in day-to-day billing and transport activities. The last of don'ts: do not enter the same PIN code as bill to in case of dispatch from while you are generating e-way bills together with IRN. Note that the distance to destination cannot be 0 or null in case of e-way bill generation. Hence, if you encounter such a situation, the invoice must be marked for IRN generation only and not for e-way bill generation on the billing or ERP system. Thereafter, the e-way bill must be generated on the NIC's e-way bill portal only. We'll come up with more videos on how efficiently you can comply with e-invoicing rules. But until then, do check out ClearTax e-invoicing solution. It's fast, dependable and affordable, which takes care of all these do's and don'ts for you through its super smart inbuilt validations. Do check out this software by visiting at einv.cleartax.in and begin your seamless e-invoicing journey with us. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and do share it with your friends and co-workers. Thank you.